single Hottentot hop. Julian Snazdy Duplessis, quasi examount Gasat, a derogatory term used by Dutch settlers to refer to the indigenous people of the Cape, and the seemingly halting character of the Kusan language. The word Bantu, the name of a southern, eastern, and central African language grouping, was a similarly racist term applied to black South Africans during apartheid. So the opening salvo, Hottentot Hop Bantu 1-2, playfully repurposes these descriptors and manipulates the first syllable of the word Bantu as a stammering, introductory hip-hop mic check, enacted on the indigenous woman Sarah Bartman, otherwise known as the Hottentot Venus. Fat Free encourages maintaining a connection to ancestral lifeways by observing the reed dance ceremony, bridal customs, and livestock trade. The collaborations and sometimes clashes between technoculture and indigeneity described in the sung texts are repeated in the visuals. Against a backdrop of an open Botswana landscape, an indigenous man scratches out a Jimi Hendrix guitar riff over a descending Tribe Called Quest bassline. Evokes the same aesthetic as Jamie Ace's irredeemable 1980 feature, The Gods Must Be Crazy, a frankly racist portrait of childlike anachronism coming face to face with relentless modernity. Eugen Blackrock, on the other hand, brings together aspects of speculative fiction, Afro-mythology, and African futurity in very different ways. Notes accompanying the music video published by Blackrock's official YouTube platform explain her track Ochre as an ode to the red, yellow, and white pigment that is important in Xhosa rituals and traditions. The song is an acknowledgement and celebration of origin, nature, and magic. And it goes like this.
Descendant of the rockers of the sun's melting surface, Count wordsmith, a grain of sand growing from feet like drums echoing from Senegal. Watching solar empires burn like hellfires. Brimstone smokes of uric souls ascending higher. I whisper to that dangerous silence inside the witching hour. A sliver of a silver light anointed in night showers. Astro projecting and hovering over Roswell. I break bricks over brick beats, a classic gem like Orwell's. I'm a natural naturally. Surrounded by three angels as time curves in front of me. To trace the light of my birth, I'm both gifted and cursed by a 13-fold gravitational wave. When Luna finally orbits my earth.
With her relentless vocal delivery, Eugen Blackrock invokes cosmology, sacred geometry, and astronomy, along with scientific, literary, hip-hop, and Africanist histories to construct a multi-plane testimony of self-creation and self-actualization. Awaiting the orbit of the Earth, she calmly watches solar empires burn. She gives shout-outs to Einstein, Edison, and Orwell. She outflows the Nile tides. In her opening couplet, Blackrock announces herself as a descendant of the walkers of the sun's melting surface, a cult wordsmith, a grain of sand glowing from future furnaces. This assertion of primordial kinship and expansive immanence merges future presents and ongoing pasts. The simultaneity further alluded to with mentions of astral projection, gravitational waves, and the bending of time. The foundation on which the track is built, backmasking effects and insistent hi-hat grooves, phonograph crackle, and a Bruce Lee voice sample, contributes to a pervasive sense of time in and out of time. I have already noted that linear movement across space and time from one point to another is an indispensable narrative component of speculative fiction. With Ochre, Eugen Blackrock defies this genre convention to occupy numerous physical and non-material spaces all at once. She takes a similar approach in her track Morbid Abacus, citing divine symbolist thought, Greco-Roman and Judeo-Christian myth, and images drawn from popular culture. Blackrock searches space like quantum physicists. She finds gods in geometry like Archimedes, moves anti-clockwise like Neo from The Matrix, and scales the mountain like Moses. Her reference to explicitly African thematic signifiers is more subtle. Blackrock hints at Krita Mutwa's shape-shifting aliens with the line, "Finding out where the lizard lives," and embodies the Akan trickster figure of Anansi by declaring, "I cast spells like spider webs." At the same time, Blackrock's grounding in hip-hop performance tradition is more pronounced, highlighting early hip-hop praxis first with the track's unmistakable old-school boom-bap ostinato, emphasizing beats 2 and 4 in a quaternary tactus, if that means anything to you. In the final couplet of the chorus, she implicates the microphone, that quintessential emblem of hip-hop performance, as witness to the origin of the species. Adapting Darwin's well-known thesis, she posits the mic as ever-present, ever-mindful, from the point of origin beyond the species after us, checking, 1, 2, 1, 2. Highlighting the way in which Blackrock manipulates spatial-temporal movement, I propose that her non-compliance with expectation can be theorized using the framework of cultural